I don't even have my camera turned on. Jesus.
That's all right.
I was just sitting here watching YouTube.
Mm.
Watching the tubes roll in.
Yeah, I didn't click any of those links you sent.
Oh, no.
I don't have time.
Nice, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the one about, what you call it? Caitlin Clark. You're right. See, like, I think she's drawing people into the thing now because they're saying ticket sales have gone up like
I
crazy.
told you, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what took so long because there's been plenty of WNBA stars.
Yeah.
Lisa Leslie, Lobo, Sue Bird, Carol Swoops. I don't know if it's an internet thing, like maybe
Well, I mean, she's
visibility.
college, right? She's out of college, or is she college?
Carol
Like,
Miller,
but
she's leaving college.
she is okay.
But all the girls and women I named all went to college.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I didn't know like if she was like younger and got like skipped college and got drafted, like some of the like so many NBA stars do.
Mm-mm.
But she seems to actually
So what
have
did
her
the
shit
video
together.
say? Did she say
It
she's
wasn't a
going to
video.
the
It
WNBA?
was just an article. I don't know. Let me see actually what it said.
Oh, it's not a video. It's just an article.
Yeah, there looks like there's some video behind it, but half the time I
hate
never.
that.
Yeah.
Like when you click on something and you get like it's doing video while you're trying to read and you get ads.
Oh, so she's
The worst.
apparently she's a presumptive first overall pick in Monday's WNBA draft. So
Right.
I'm guessing she's going.
Well, that doesn't mean she's going. She's just the number one pick.
Oh,
Maybe
that's
she doesn't
true.
show up.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. She's gonna play for the Indiana Fever,
Hmm.
which I'm assuming she's from Indiana.
No, she's not.
No? Oh, damn.
Not from Indiana. I think she's from Iowa. There's it's a good class coming out of the college for women's basketball, so
Well,
it'll be good for the sport. I hope it takes off.
I mean, how long has WNBA been around? Like decades, right now?
Yeah.
Because like I don't honestly
90s,
remember
I
it.
think.
I don't honestly remember it being like as talked about it has been probably in like the last 3-4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was really surprised that it was still around.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
We'll see.
Hopefully they don't go the way of the NBA and get all commercialized and crap.
I think that's the way everything goes.
Well, I guess more so like I don't know. It seems like honestly like because the WNBA is like basically the NBA for females, but like it always seems like they have more common sense. Like they're not going to be the ones that are going to join right out of high school because some team is like, oh, we'll give you $30 million scholarship or $30 million salary to play for us right out of
I
high
think that's
school.
kind of presumptuous because they just don't have that opportunity. That doesn't exist right now.
Well, that's where I think
So
the WNBA is going to
mean,
be better because you won't have
so
the people chasing the money.
yeah, well, because the money's not there yet,
Yeah,
right?
that's
It's
true.
gonna grow. Like if some team offered Paige Beckers $30 million after she just said she was gonna go to school, she would probably leave and go play in the WNBA.
Yeah, that's true. I guess at that point you'd be stupid not to because it's like, yeah, if you're 19, 20 years old playing in the WNBA for, even $10 million, it's like, shit, I'd take that and then go back to school. Like, if it didn't work out, you're still getting paid a lot of money. What's going on, Eric?
Nothing. Welcome to the shit show.
It is not a shit show. Not yet.
Well, I'm here, so now it's a shit show.
Oh, my God.
We
were just talking about the Caitlin Clark WNBA, talking like she might go to Indiana.
I thought the money was going to be not in the Ice Cube thing, but there was that other thing that was like $10 million a year.
Well, that was like she's got sponsorships.
No, it was. Where was it playing? It was doing something. Like Ice Cube was like $5 million. Now this is like probably like last week, so I don't remember.
So last week,
something could be new. You know, I'm trying to make fetch happen. But the WNBA was going to be like 50 grand a year, 40 grand a year. Ice Cube was offering like 5 million, and then there was another one that was like 10 mil.
I mean, like Dan was saying, I think if they're worth it, and it brings more people and viewership and more visibility to the league, I think that's great.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the WNBA. No offense, everybody talks about, you know, the pay inequality is the new buzzword. But the WNBA doesn't have the draw that the NBA does.
That's what Dan and I were just talking about. I mean, like, it's probably like it's been around since like the 90s, maybe the early 2000s. I don't know. So several decades at this point. I only really remember it being big like in the last probably like 4 or 5 years. It's really kind of taken off. And I think Dan's right. It's probably the caliber of the player too.
I've watched a handful. I'd say I've watched a dozen WNBA games in the last, I don't know, 10 years maybe, somewhere in that neighborhood.
I honestly don't think I've ever seen one.
I've never seen one.
It's not like it's watching bad basketball, you know. It's just it's not as flashy as, you know, watching Jordan or Kobe or Steph Curry or LeBron, you know.
Well, I'll be honest with you.
They don't have the clothing, you know. They don't have the merchandise.
And again, I think this goes back, and this probably is going to sound sexist, but the whole like
male versus start somewhere.
Well, but I think this is probably more of like the whole male versus female thing. Like they're not built to play like NBA stars. They're not jumping from the free. Okay, not all of them are going to be able to jump from the free throw line or slam dunk or, you know, tower over the other team and do the dunks on them. It's like they don't play that way. They play more. I think
like 40s they're more like 50s Caucasian basketball versus the current.
But even that it's more like I almost want to say tactical, but that's not the right word. It's more calculated and like, you know,
match. It's chess, you know.
Yeah, versus, like they're playing with skill versus running down the court and jumping higher than the guy that's trying to block you. I mean, not to downplay what an NBA player does, because I sure as hell couldn't do that. Like, it takes a certain caliber of person to play that well and make it in the NBA, make it in any professional sport. But, you know, when you look at like the women's basketball compared to like the men's NBA, it seems like it's not as intense, but it is more like calculated and thought out. Like I've never, like it's like I said, I can't say that I've ever actually sat down and watched a game. Now I've seen clips of Caitlin playing and other players, you know, recently. And it's like, yeah, it's not as intense. And I think that also is like to the detriment of the league, is people don't want to really see that because they think it's boring. You know, it's not as flashy. You don't have guys jumping over each other from the free throw line, you know, breaking backboards.
I don't know that they do that anymore, but okay.
But they never have, and that's my point. Is I don't think if they're ever going to get there, they're far from it.
For any women listening, mansplaining is man explaining.
You just mansplained.
Yeah, wait a minute, damn it.
I think it's funny. I just like we're sitting here talking about the WNBA, and we have no female representative.
That's just my views and my views only. It does not represent the other two people on the podcast.
Dare you assume my gender? Let's forget that I have, I had to shave my head and, I have a beard.
Yeah, what the hell's going on with that, G.I. Jane?
Well, you see this little part right here? My hair was a little longer last week.
Yeah, what happened to that?
We were just kind of looking, I took my hat off. I wore a hat a couple times. And I saw this little piece of hair right here, kind of not looking the same as the rest of it. So I kind of had a bout of depression, and I said, okay, I guess it's time that I'm going bald. And
oh no, you're just gonna embrace it.
The comb over. Maybe I could do the comb over. So I did the comb over, and it looked,
it looked like a comb over.
It looked like a comb over. I mean, my hair wasn't that long to begin with.
No,
so
you don't have long hair.
So it was either shave my head or do the comb over.
Yeah.
So, and I shaved my head. Well, I'm not like bicked. I'm like, we took it down to like a 1.
That's not bad. It'll grow back.
But yeah, it was either that or you can't really see it too well. Well, right there, you might be able to see a little bit of scalp right there. So
that's all right.
So yeah, that was happy 47th. You gotta shave your head because you're going bald.
Sweet.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks for that one. I appreciate that.
Nice.
So,
that's all you
for the record, I'm not against the WNBA. I'm not against women playing sports, etc. All that shit that somebody might put in their mouth.
Wait, who's putting what in their mouth? This ain't that kind of show.
Hey, that's Relatables After Dark. That's the paywall.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So I'd watch it. Somebody says, "Hey, let's go check out a WNBA game." All right, hey, let's go.
I probably think I would do that too. Like, let's go to B-Dubs and go watch a game. Yeah, I'd do that.
I'll go. Where do they play? Allstate or the United Center? I'd go to either of them. I like go because going to whatever event, WNBA, NASCAR.
It's certainly better in person.
Like it's always more fun in person. So shit, let's go. Maybe we can get a Relatables skybox.
Ooh, there you go. Sponsored by the WNBA? Or would we have to sponsor them? How's that work?
We have to sponsor them, yeah. We can sponsor them, get a skybox. Hey.
Yeah, I'll sponsor them for about
anybody
$1.50.
listening wants to, sponsor us. We're, that's what we're going to do. We'll start recording from the games.
We could do our own play-by-play.
Yeah, no. Even the worst WNBA, even the reject WNBA players could, just run circles around me without even thinking about it.
Oh, yeah. So. That's what I said. I can't compare that. I mean, the professional athletes, it takes a certain caliber of person.
I have a hard time, when we all do this. If you say you don't, you're a damn liar. We always, when we're throwing our garbage out, we act like, hey,
the sky hook into the garbage can.
The 3. Yeah, I can't even do that. So,
you can put it on the board.
No. It would be interesting if we started seeing WNBA games on at B-Dubs, because I don't think you even see those.
You know what? You're probably right. I don't know.
Usually when I go to B-Dubs, football's on. So
yeah, you'd have to go now where there's no football.
Maybe during basketball season, I could see that. Maybe
yeah, but like
on a Monday or Tuesday, or
they play the same time NBA plays, right? So,
well, they got 1,000,001 TVs.
Well, yeah, but I think Dan's right. There's probably not a large draw for that.
Yeah, right. I'm right. I'll watch a WNBA game with B-Dubs.
Damn right you are. Damn right you're right.
Damn right I'm right. You know who I am?
Friends down at Allstate right now.
I know who I am. I'm a dude playing a dude.
Yeah.
I was born on my birthday.
That's right. That's right. So, don't you forget that.
So we're going to start out causing a ruckus here. This was April 9th. It was updated on WGN.
Okay, so like 3 days ago.
Yelp has named the California Pizzeria the best Chicago-style pizza.
Like California Pizza Kitchen, that place?
California Pizzeria is the best Chicago-style pizza. The fuck it is. Pardon my language.
No. What? Where? I've never heard of it. Is it California Pizza Kitchen? Is that the place?
California Pizza Kitchen, yes. I'm assuming, yeah. But no.
What?
I deleted the thing. No, I think it was a California pizzeria.
Oh, wait, okay. Heirloom Pizza in Monterey, California, to have the best Chicago-style pizza. No, that you can't have something outside of Chicago have Chicago-style pizza.
Uh-oh, that's Mr. Trailways. And
like
little known fact, only the Chicagoans, only the even deep dish. As much as I love deep dish pizza, Illuminati's, Giordano's, Gino's East, etc., that's not true Chicago style pizza. You get pub pizza cut up into little tiny squares. That is true Chicago style pizza.
Yep. And everybody leaves the middle pieces because they don't have any crust.
No. Are you an outside guy or an inside guy pizza?
I'm an inside guy. I prefer the outside, but I will eat the inside because that's always like when most people leave. And I'll be like, fuck it, I'll be that guy.
Sorry.
Not here. No, sir. You give me the insides. I'll rearrange those insides all day long.
Oh, hold on.
The outside.
Yeah, I know. I took that in a weird way, but.
So, Dan's a pizza singing I'm on the outside.
In California, you cannot get better Chicago style pizza than in Chicago, even if it is.
It's in the fucking name.
Even if it's deep dish pizza. Now, there's always that argument: what pizza is better, New York style or Chicago style? That's a preference. I prefer Chicago style, but.
Well, New York's kind of floppy. That's the one you got to like fold, right?
Yeah, you got to fold in half. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like a floppy pizza. It almost gives me the feeling like it's undercooked.
Yeah, I like that.
Like I like a nice crispy crust and base that's got the cornmeal on it because it's like it's just so good.
I like the cornmeal, yeah.
And it's got to be thin and it's got to be like bubbly, like you bite into it and it cracks apart.
We got this joint down the street that provided I don't know, like 30 pizzas for the school. Those people underestimate how much food I actually can eat.
Eric took all 30 and said, "What are you guys gonna have?"
No, I probably had 2.5 pizzas.
That's
large
crazy.
Pizzas.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like a large pizza now is like it used to be like a small.
I was about to say, it's like a 16-inch.
Yeah, that's tiny. That's an itty-bitty pizza.
16-inch? Probably about yay big.
That's what she said. Hey-o.
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 Let's see. Did you hear about Mattel creating Scrabble without scoring for Gen Z?
What the hell? That way everybody's a winner?
Hey, participation trophy.
God damn it, dude. Why don't I want to see an updated Monopoly where nobody can afford to fucking live on any of the properties. That's what I want to see.
That'd be awesome. I'm surprised Gen Z is even playing Scrabble. You want the truth?
Can they spell Scrabble? I mean, were they taught that? I don't.
I prefer. What's the trivia one? Trivial Pursuit. I was a Trivial Pursuit guy.
So really I'll admit, growing up, we used to play that a lot, and part of it was I didn't like it because the OG edition, like that shit was like way beyond my current education level.
Yeah.
But then when they came out with like not like right now, like
like your current?
Yeah, my current. Right now, I'm stupid as a rock, okay?
That was really hard.
I went to public school, damn it.
That's what I answered. I joined a Jeep forum on Facebook, and the question was, to prove you're not a bot, what's 3 + 5?
Oh,
so I answered, I go,
duh, it's 10.
I'm like, you assume I can do math. I went to public school in the 90s.
That's right.
I'm like, by the way, the answer was 5. But, and then I got denied. I'm like, no, come on, man.
I'd done work out of the home.
I'd work out of the home.
You work in your home.
Who the hell did this to my car?
And CBS News, here's another one. CBS News.
Oh.
Hypersexual zombie cicadas that are infected with a sexually transmitted fungus expected to emerge this year.
Hypersexual? Are we identifying the cicadas now?
Hypersexual zombie cicada that's infected with a sexually transmitted fungus. Isn't that one, Those Among Us or The Last of Us or whatever it was?
Yeah, it was the fungus that did it, the actual fungus.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
Brood XIX. I forget what was that. 19.
Yeah, 19. 19.
Yeah, say the stutter.
I love that
stay
song.
Away from the cicadas because they're hypersexualized and they have an STD.
Well, wait a minute. This is just this brood. There's another brood that we're going to get. See, the people in Illinois, we're lucking out. We're getting 2 brood emerges this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're talking like double the cicadas. So you want to talk about eating bugs? Now's the time to start stacking up on those bugs, man.
Don't come out of the floorboards.
I got my
locusts in the floorboards. Oh my god!
Like a bad movie.
What the hell was that from?
I started watching. What's the name of that movie? I started watching this movie at when I was taking a break at work. Oh, I cleared it.
Son of a.
Where they were on a job interview. Came out
The
in
Magic of Belle Isle. Oh.
It was Tropic Thunder, wasn't it?
No, Exam is the name of it.
Exam.
Yeah, I started watching that.
It sounds like a shitty porno name.
8 candidates for a highly desirable corporate job are locked together in an exam room and given a final test with just one seemingly simple question. Everybody goes into the room. I'm not far into it. I'm like 15 minutes into it. They all go into a room. They're seated at desks. They cannot write on the paper in front of them. They cannot talk to the proctor in front of them, and they cannot talk to the security guard.
So it's like that scene in Men in Black when he goes to take the test.
They can talk to each other, yes.
Okay.
And that is about as far as I am into the movie. It looked kind of. I watched a.
Is this like a horror flick or something? Like Saw?
I don't know.
Like they're going to be locked in there and they gotta answer the question, or they all get killed or something.
I think there's a tower jail movie.
Good Lord.
It's
funny talking about movies. We were on a call with work, and Daniel. The platform. Oh, Dan will appreciate this. We were talking about like the help desk guys, and like there was people actually in our office this week for like once a quarter. They get like a lot of the people together, and then like a lot of our customer service people around the area. So they all come in and they do this big quarterly meeting, talk about what they're doing, what improvements they can do, all this stuff for customer service. And the help desk guys, like we were on this call looking at stuff, and one of the guys is like, oh, the person called, and the one help desk tech was like, oh yeah, I tried to call him at home. And the manager's like, oh, the call came from inside the building. And we were joking, like that would make a hell of a horror movie where like, everyone says like, oh, the call's coming from inside the house. Like,
it's already a horror movie.
Yeah, it is. I guess, work at help desk is a horror movie, but like you're working at the help desk.
No, it's actually, there's a horror movie about that. It's Alfred Hitchcock movie.
Well, but that's the one when it's inside the house. We're talking about one from like work, because everybody works from home. So the guy expects the call to come from somebody at home when he finds out it's somebody in the office.
I work out of the home.
I work out of my home.
Somewhere in the distance, the lady in HR screams. A copier spits out a bunch of papers. Tommy from the help desk is roaming the empty halls of the office.
I'm gonna print up a whole bunch of Saw.
Paper? Saw? Oh, God.
The Saw guy.
Jigsaw is his name.
Jigsaw. I'm going to print a bunch of those and just start printing those to the printer.
So,
the other day, I brought in, was it Monday? I think it was. I brought in jelly beans, but it was half regular, like real jelly beans, and the other half was the disgusting ones.
oh yeah, I've done that.
And
I put him in a little candy dispenser on my desk, and then it's a crapshoot.
Yeah, that's what I did at work, and everybody came up to me like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you did that!" I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Oh yeah, see, I didn't put it. I put it somewhere where like nobody could tie it to me. I'll put it like in a communal area. Free jelly beans.
That's what I was trying to do that, but somehow it got back that I was the one that was doing it, and I'm like, "Come on, man."
So I was reading.
Got you on camera.
Yeah, that's right. They're like, hey, it's the maintenance guy.
Stealing boxes.
Stealing boxes. Yeah, you get
fired.
Boxes.
I'm like, you
trying to build a club?
Yeah.
Trying to build a clubhouse? Yeah.
How the hell you get fired on your day off?
Why did I get fired?
I was watching this thing and they were talking about this like kid with cancer, and he did this whole Make-A-Wish Foundation thing. And it was like, oh, he got to see Triple H was his big wish. And it got me thinking. I was like, do you think if I'm lying on my deathbed, Make-A-Wish would give me the N-word pass? Like just once I could say it. Like, if it comes up to like, get Jessica Biel or you could say the N-word, I'd be like, you know what? Fuck it, I'll say the N-word because like, why not?
Tom Segura did a skit like this where
God damn it. Why does
being
I can't. Why is it that nobody can come up with original shit anymore? Because everybody else has done it.
And then at the end of the skit, and then he's like, and then my dad said the N-word, and then he died.
Oh my God. See?
So he beat you to it.
Fucking damn it,
Maybe
Tom
that's where
Segura.
you got it from.
I don't listen to that guy. He's been on Joe Rogan a couple times. That's about all the place I know him from. It's funny enough because we have the Sirius XM, and in the wife's car, I'll put on like they have this Netflix as a joke radio, and it's basically all the Netflix shows. Like they just play them, and I'm sure I've probably heard him on there, but son of a bitch, I can't even. I'm gonna scratch it off my list. How the hell do people do that? Like, how do writers come up with like legit shit that like nobody's thought of? Because it's like seems like it's impossible.
Comedy is an art. Man.
I guess. I could always ask Chat. I could always just ask ChatGPT to make a joke. but they tell me that they can't say anything bad.
Good comedy always is going to offend somebody.
Well, I mean, I think that's what makes it good.
Yeah, I mean, you go to a comedy show to get offended. Come on, you're going to a comedy show.
Yeah.
You need to, get out of your little bubble and just realize people are there to laugh. I mean, it's not like they're going, "Hey, Steve, you're an a-hole."
No, I like the comedian.
I'm organizing my thoughts. I'm sorry.
There's a guy, Matt Rife, I think. He's like the younger guy, and he does awesome crowd work. He's a good, like he gets him riled up, and he doesn't throw any he doesn't throw any punches or pull any punches. He goes out swinging, man, and it's hilarious. Like I'd hate to go to one of his shows and sit in the front row.
Oh, I'd go.
He should throw punches now that you mention it. Though.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
It sounds like it would be way more fun.
Like I would go see that show. Like if fucking Bob Saget came out swinging.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
If Bob Saget came out swinging at this moment, I think I'd be kind of scared.
Well, yeah. I mean,
what's he swinging? His arm? His leg?
He did say we had the #1 podcast in the world. I mean.
Oh, that is very true. So. Anybody
can check that out with him. You feel free. Reach out to Bob.
Yeah. It's not AI generated or anything. So yeah, he listened to us from in the future.
What is this? Legsit? Stop whining. Holy cow!
What?
This picture, this thing that Eric posted. So wait. That's from Lebanon towards Israel. I hate when they turn the camera sideways like this. Like, God damn it, don't film in.
It's like Gangster. You know, you hold it sideways.
It sucks because they hold it sideways, but it doesn't change. Like, it didn't auto rotate, so I had to like tilt my head sideways to see what the fuck they were filming. So, according to this,
don't be a moisty boy.
No physical injuries or damage reported. So where did those fucking rockets go, or was it that Iron Dome or whatever?
I think the Iron Dome took care of them.
Wasn't that guy a wrestler? Iron Dome?
Iron Sheik, yeah.
Oh, that's what it was. Iron Sheik. Iron Claw, he was a wrestler too.
Does Chick-fil-A taste like the chicken grew up with both parents, or is it just me?
What?
Chick-fil-A chicken, does it taste like the chicken grew up with both parents, or is it just me?
So it's like suburban white bread chicken?
Yeah.
What are you saying?
Popeyes personally.
Are you implying something about dark meat, Eric? Is that what you're
Browns.
getting at?
Popeyes or Brown's chicken. That's what What? I can't say that on here.
Oh.
And beers.
Patty Melt's being a little offensive over here.
Oh God.
Yes.
I saw an article that now Amazon is the largest single employer of robotic personnel. They have 750,000 robots.
Damn.
And they're
if that's where you can get a Matter Daddy.
A what?
A Matter Daddy.
A Matter Daddy.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Oh, I got it now.
What's the Matter Daddy? I don't know, baby. You tell me.
Yeah, I saw that article. I was like,
almost.
So they now okay. This is interesting to me. 750,000 robots, and I think I've sent you guys videos of those ones. Like they fall asleep on the floor. That's how they charge.
Yeah.
They said in the last 2 years, their actual like human employee number has gone down 100,000 people since they've started purchasing these robots. So if it takes almost 750,000 robots to replace 100,000 humans, like they employ nearly 1.5 million people.
Yeah.
Like you're talking like 10 million robots to run this company at some point. Is that what that's going to take?
At some point, are we going to have like the T800 delivering,
I'm telling you, dude, like
my daughter's Crocs.
University of Rochester, New York.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one? They created an experiment in one of their business classes where they took AI and they basically made a 12-person panel or 12 AI panel robot, like board of directors and one CEO. And they developed a company. They developed a product. They made websites, campaigns for, fundraising. They made campaigns for marketing. They hired people to code for them. The company survived like 6 weeks, they said, and it made like $13 million in those 6 weeks. And it was all completely AI created. And I was like, holy shit. Like, like it wasn't real, but it was done like, in an environment where they were like, okay, fine, we'll go like purchase this and we'll tell it we purchased product. And it was like, it came up with all this shit off the top of its head. And they're like, this is the future. And that scares the shit out of me because like what's out there now that's already doing, already bots and shit on Twitter and everywhere, Facebook. Shit, you got people making fucking fake OnlyFans accounts already now using AI.
Have you heard about the dead internet theory?
Yeah, where it's all basically bots and AI.
Bots and AI, yeah.
Well, they said now that,
true.
What was it? 50% of posts on Facebook are believed to be AI. And now people are calling it fake book. I don't know if that's true. If that's a true statistic.
I know calls it fuck book, but yeah, exactly.
No, that's the other one. You can find me on there with my feet pics if you really want to look.
Cutie toes for you too.
What the hell? It's 9 toes. Come on, man.
Hashtag relatables.
It was ever since that boating accident when all my guns fell to the bottom of the lake. I lost a toe.
You know, hold on. Oh, I wish I would have had this queued up at the right time. I'm looking through my notes here. We started an OnlyFans account, but it's us shooting crackheads with paintballs at 3 a.m.
Sweet. So it's basically any YouTuber from like the last 20 years.
Oh man, I gotta.
And now it's those idiots playing that senior suicide, senior assassin, whatever it is. Somebody's going to get shot doing that. And I am not going to feel sorry for him.
Oh, there we are. You froze up for a second. I think I was over my friend's minutes.
Oh my God, damn it. Losing your internet connection.
Yeah, well, it's us talking shit.
Oh man, so, the guy, they're listening to you.
Did you know that in Australia the seasons are flip-flopped?
Yeah, it's like winter over there now, right?
Yeah, and the toilets spin backwards too. Do the clocks go backwards?
Is that proven? Does that actually happen?
Yes. Yeah, when you go south of the equator, the toilets go the other way.
That's weird.
Yeah.
The Simpsons did a thing on that, I thought.
Do you know everyone who has ever lived has seen the same sun and the same moon?
Whoa. You blew my mind there, bro. So you could say I shared the sun with Socrates.
Yes.
Nice.
You know the song Bingo? And Bingo was his name?
Yeah, about the dog, right?
Is Bingo the name of the dog or the farmer?
There was a farmer had a dog.
Had a
Bingo.
dog.
Well, see, yeah. Well,
what was the dog named Bingo or was the farmer named Bingo?
I always thought the lyric was there was a farmer had a dog and Bingo was its name. Oh, not his name. Oh, like its name, the dog.
I thought it was his name.
Yeah, but
maybe we should get the lyric correct.
I mean, are you respecting the dog's pronouns? Like, where are you going with that?
Yeah, how do you know it's a he? You know, what does the dog identify as?
When they wrote the song, we didn't have to deal with this stuff.
Yeah.
That's like when this little piggy went to market.
That's right. And is farmer the proper term now? Did they have to be called something else? They don't like being called farmer? Is that like derogatory?
Like an agricultural engineer?
They call us
cultural engineer. That's agricultural engineer.
Oh, there we go. Flat earthers call us globetards.
Globetrotters?
Globetards.
Globetards?
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
That didn't work.
That was like the NASA thing about the stream about the eclipse where I posted and said, "Hey, since the Earth is flat, why do we see it as a round disc in the sky?"
I see everybody survived the eclipse.
Yeah,
which is fantastic. We didn't have Armageddon unless the world exploded from CERN, starting the LHC again, and we just all exploded simultaneously.
Well, it wouldn't have exploded. It would have just branched off another timeline.
Just what we need, because the first time they started this shit up and kicked us into a new timeline.
Well, you fucking dicks out for Harambe. That's when all that started happening. Nobody saved Harambe. The timeline
all this shit happened when Harambe, Harambe died.
Yep, they that stupid monkey. Gorilla, whatever it was.
It's all because in 1972, a crack commando unit was sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit.
Oh, God.
Or should we blame Undertaker?
Yep, 1998.
When he threw Mankind off the cage in Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania.
Man. Did you guys watch that video I sent from that guy and that girl engineer that made the dog? The Furby dog.
Jesus, probably. I don't.
Oh
remember.
God, it was
a lot of trash.
It was nightmare fuel. It's Evan and Caitlin is their channel name, and they made, Spot the dog that what is it, Boston Dynamics makes.
Yeah.
They bought like a Chinese knockoff one, on Amazon or whatever, and then they took a Furby. And they mounted the Furby onto the dog body and they put fur on it and made it look like a Furby, but like a dog Furby hybrid thing.
You ever taking the skin off a Furby, those things are like.
Oh God,
creatures from
yeah.
hell.
They apparently. So I didn't realize this either because they talk about it. Like, there's some guy online that makes like 3D prints parts of like the Furby so you can make your own, and he like upsizes them and makes like gigantic Furbies. Well, so he made them like this big dog head thing to put on, looks like a Furby, and it's creepy as hell. Like, they take it out and walk around the neighborhood, and people are like, "What the hell is that thing?"
You know, I probably did that. I taunted my rooster with the chicken costume a couple of years ago.
What in the hell? That
I had a big inflatable chicken costume, and I went outside and started messing with the rooster.
do you feed your rooster chicken nuggets?
Yes, we feed the roosters everything. We feed the chickens everything.
See, that's not right. That's cannibalism.
They eat everything. And then the four sitting on the other side of this wall here, I have to build a new coop next weekend. And then we have to integrate the 4 in with the 2, and then take the 2 in June to the processing plant.
Processing plant?
Mm-hmm. My rooster will no longer be around. He is going to be processed.
What?
Yeah.
Nobody else wants him?
Well, one, we're not supposed to have roosters in city limits.
Ah, so you're illegally harboring rooster fugitives.
And I've talked to pretty much all my neighbors, and I said, hey, we got a rooster. It happened. I'm working on finding a place that will process him for me. I have never done it, so I don't want to just like staple him to a piece of wood and cut his head off and watch his dead body run around until it's
so like, can you eat
I hear
rooster?
that's true, by the
way.
Well,
Can you eat
but
rooster?
actually,
Yeah, it's a chicken.
you doing it yourself is probably more quote unquote humane than having a processing side to it.
Good point. Good point.
I would probably disagree with that, just because I have never done it, so I don't know. I mean, granted, I would probably hold him down and cut his head off, so it would be quick. But I think it would be quick.
It'd be like that. It'd be like that video of that lady shooting a raccoon. You'd have to do it like 6 times before it finally died.
I've never done it, so for me to do it, it would be. I think it would be less humane than taking it to the processing plant.
I could see that. Like, if you don't know what you're doing and you do it wrong, or it suffers. Yeah.
If I knew what I was doing, yes, Dan, 100% agree. If I had, like, if there was like a mobile processing guy that would teach you.
A guy that just pulls in your driveway.
On YouTube.
A guy that pulls in your driveway with like a van.
There is a guy on Facebook that I found that will come to your house and process them in your house.
What the hell?
Not in your house, outside, but I got kids, man. I can't do that. If my kids were,
But so when you say process, like, you mean, like, if you take it, they will basically turn it into raw chicken like you'd buy at the store and give it back to you?
Mm-hmm.
But so like, rooster's different than chicken, right?
No, same thing.
Is it? I don't know. I mean, it's like when I eat chicken, it's rooster.
Supposedly the rooster's a little tougher than regular, like a hen.
Like, so when you get chicken, that's like a hen.
Well,
it's
we'll
a female,
find out.
Right?
Yes, we'll find out, because
Okay.
I'm having a hen processed and having a rooster processed. So we'll find out what the difference is.
So what is that? What does that cost?
$62. 63.
I can buy a hell of a lot of chicken for $62.
For $62, the 2 that we have outside right now, we paid 66 cents for.
Okay, but it's $62 to process it or whatever.
And the 4 outside, or 4 on the other side of the wall, we paid 24.
I mean, I get that you've raised it. You know, it doesn't have antibiotics and shit in it, so that makes sense.
When they talk about organic or
that's truly organic. Yeah, that's locally. Yeah,
these are legitimately
your free range chickens.
Yeah, something like that. They're not really free.
I mean, I guess
like, not really. I mean, they're in a coop, but they're not.
I can go buy Purdue chicken meat for $3.99 a pound, and $64 will get me a hell of a lot more than 2 chickens worth. I think.
Well, we paid a little over $4 for the 4 on the other side of the wall. So they will be able to produce eggs for,
Well, that's the other
I don't know,
benefit.
like
Yeah,
3
the
years.
eggs. Yeah.
So I'll get eggs, and then once they stop producing, then you send them off to get processed, and you get like 4 more, 5 more,
Now,
whatever.
I had a guy that I used to work with.
Hopefully,
Well,
when that happens, I'll be in a different home where I can legitimately have
yeah,
the chickens just kind of running around and not. I don't have a fence. If I had a fence, I would just go
I
back there and
I had a
deal
guy
with
that
it.
used to live up here and in Elburn, and he
Mm-hmm.
used to have ducks, and he'd have duck eggs all the
Mm-hmm.
time. And he said they're like some of the best eggs ever. And I'm like, I don't know. I get like, I like eggs, but I don't like when I think about like eggs. Like I eat chicken eggs, whatever you buy at the store.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I could eat a
Ostrich is
duck
supposed to
egg.
be unreal. Ostrich eggs are supposed
I
to
don't. I
be
don't know that I
crazy.
could eat that either. But I mean, like a duck egg. Like I don't know. I mean,
They're not bad.
maybe you
They're
said
not
they're.
bad.
You said they're great for baking. A lot of bakers
Yes.
swear by them.
Yes. It's the two outside, the 2 chickens I have outside, they're Easter eggers. So she produces eggs that are like a bluish green.
Okay,
The four
makes sense.
outside will produce brown eggs, or the 4 on the other side of the wall will produce brown eggs.
But I mean, like in the grand scheme of things, yes, you're getting your own antibiotic free range, you know, grass fed whatever chickens, but like the
Plus the eggs,
cost
plus the eggs.
that's kind of cost prohibitive at that point though, because you've spent, to build the chicken coop, to buy feed, maintain them, do all that stuff. Like you have to really do that at scale to get any benefit, but then I mean you basically become a Purdue chicken place at that point.
No, granted, the coop was 300. Um,
And yeah,
food
as long as it
we
lasts,
just
you could use it from, year to year and,
we
whatever.
just give the chicken table scraps. All the food that like my kids don't eat, or leftovers.
They'll actually eat all that. I did not know
They
that.
eat they pretty much eat everything.
Wow.
They're not picky. Like the 4 out here, the 4 in the beginning, I get them different foods. So, like
Yeah.
I don't get them. I don't give them the food like our scraps. I get them, but special food to grow and stuff like that. Um, I've got these 4 eating out of my hand. I'll pick them
Wow.
up and I'll hold them and I'll pet them and
So
you
they
know
imprint on you basically.
try to. I'm like their mama because I give them water, I give them food, I
Yeah.
hold them, I pet them. Um, I'll put my hand in there and they'll eat out of my hands. Um,
Nice.
the 2 out there. Well, Dave's an asshole, and Betty
Maybe.
actually let me pet her the other day. I was out there replacing her water, giving them food, getting eggs. I do have to clean their coop up, but um, I had Dave locked up in the top, and Betty was down there waiting for water because they were out because they're idiots, and I had replaced it like 2 days beforehand. And Betty was just kind of wandering around, and she, I wear gloves when I'm out there because I'm dealing with chicken water and there's chicken shit and all that stuff over it.
Yeah.
So I was just petting her, and I'm like, okay, you're smart. Dave is stupid. So, because
Wow.
she got out, I was changing their water one day, and she came running out, and I'm like, I gotta chase this chicken now. Where's Burgess Meredith going? Chase the chicken, Rock. And I'm like, wait a minute. She went right up to the water, so I grabbed the water, put it in the cage. She just went doop, 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 right up to the water, back in the cage, and in the coop,
Hmm.
started drinking. Dave's dumbass, when our first coop got hit by a tree, he was across the street in an ice storm,
Just ran away.
just walking around the neighborhood. I'm like, Dave, you're stupid. Because if he would have died, I honestly probably would have just brought Betty in the house and,
Yeah.
let her be a house chicken.
Jeez.
I mean, I got to clean up poop anyway. Might as well have a happy, warm chicken.
How about Dan was talking about, I think you were too, making your own vanilla. You guys done that yet?
Yes, we have 2 of them.
You gotta leave that sit for like a year, right?
Yeah, which is ridiculous. And Patty Melt used
It's
cheap
crazy.
vodka. I'm like, use like Tito's or Ciroc or something. Get some
a better, and it's not a lot, right? Just to make like a small bottle. I mean, you don't need that much.
We have 2 mason jars about this size that we're making vanilla with. So,
Nice.
which that'll probably last us like 10 years. So, I mean, granted, vanilla is not exactly expensive, but it's not exactly cheap.
Yeah.
But I don't have to buy it. So.
But see, again, if you're buying like expensive vodka, you just get more vanilla, right? That tastes better.
I don't know. We'll find out in like 10 months. I think we started this in January, so we'll find out next year if it's even worth it. We've been kind of on the homesteading. Is that the homesteading kick?
Yeah.
She's been making breads. We make our own butter.
Cost savings.
I mean, the bread is like I can sit down with like a loaf of Wonder Bread, and I'll eat half the loaf and still be hungry. And I'll grab some of Patty Melt's bread and I'll have like 3 slices and I'll be like, wow, I'm kind of full. And they're comparable slices. They're not exact, I'm not getting like, it's not like regular bread versus like Texas toast, you know what I mean? They're comparable, and it's just like it's signaling my body, hey, you're full. Stop eating, asshole,
Oh, it's not as empty as the shit that you buy off the shelf. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like
sugar,
6 chemicals
tons of
in there.
Shit. Do you ever look at the sugar content of bread you buy off the fucking shelf? Forget it, man.
I don't typically. I'll eat a lot of the low carb breads if I eat.
Yeah, but even all that crap still got sugar. It's amazing. Like I never thought that you like put sugar in bread, but fuck it. I guess there is.
Yeah, there's sugar, flour, water, like yeast, and like something else.
Yeah.
And this is bread that we know, so it's not getting crap off the shelf. So.
Yeah.
And the fact that I feel, like I said, I'll have like 3 slices versus like 12, and I'll feel my body going, hey, you're full, stop eating.
Yeah.
Like my body's doing its job. It's like our tomatoes and our cucumbers when we made them last summer, or when we grew them last summer.
Yeah.
I can't wait. It's 10 times better.
Yeah, I'm not a big veggie person, but like my garden's 8x16, and she'll put cucumbers. We've had broccoli. We tried lettuce. We tried corn. Didn't get much. Mint. We had some kind of thyme. I think she put out there. Fair warning, if you're gonna do
a lot of time.
no, like THY. I mean,
yeah, I know.
If you're gonna do pumpkins, you need a lot of fucking room, because those things the vines take over everything, dude. They choke out everything.
About doing that, yeah.
Oh, they do. It sucks because once they get like out of the thing, like into the grass, the tendrils from the vines themselves start intertwining with the grass. So it's like you got to like pull them up, and like the fucking like it's like fingers reaching into the ground. It's a mess, dude. They get everywhere.
Patty Melt got me seeds this year for ghost peppers.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
So I'm gonna grow my own Wisconsin ghost peppers. So
yeah,
we'll see how those work. Because I was on a ghost pepper kick when Wendy's had their ghost pepper.
Oh, the burger or whatever. Yeah, the sandwich.
The burger,
yeah,
and then chicken. Burger King. I tried. I posted that on Facebook and stuff, and so I got on a ghost pepper kick. And with that Dave's Hot Chicken joint, I don't know if you guys have been to one of those yet.
There's one over here. Actually, they just opened, or was gonna open soon.
We go to the one in Kenosha all the time, and
cool.
I love although the last time I haven't done their ghost pepper, but I did their the step below it. Going in wasn't bad. It was the other reaction.
Oh God,
that was kind of miserable. But
there's one of my neighbors makes. He grows. Is it habanero?
Okay.
Or poblano? Is that a pepper? It's some kind of pepper, like a spicy pepper.
It's a spicy meatball.
It's spicy meatball.
Travis Tritt. One down the road I go. I need to get a clear shot of that. We were driving home. Travis Tritt, and I looked at the photo and I'm like, that looks like my father.
Travis Tritt?
Yeah.
Wow.
I got to see if I can get a good photo of that, of the album art. So it looked like my dad with like a mullet, and oh yeah, there we go. And I laughed. Oh, it doesn't look as much like him. Maybe a little bit. It looks more. Here, I'll send you guys the photo I got when I was driving. I go, hey, that looks like my old man. Made me laugh.
Oh God, yeah, it does.
Was my dad Travis Tritt?
Holy cow.
Is there something I need to know? Like, do I have millions of dollars and I don't know about it? Can I retire?
Look like your dad. You know? There you go. That's hilarious.
It looks more like Andy there. Wow, okay. And then Patty Melt, who was it? I jammed out to this earlier. I gotta find it. Not Jake Owen. Who did I liked today? Not Zach Brown.
Who did I hit?
Randy Houser.
Randy Houser I don't know the name.
Running out of moonlight here. It looked like Jesse from
Full House.
Breaking Bad.
Oh, okay.
Randy Houser. Oh, maybe not there. Wow, okay. He actually looks. He doesn't look like that there. I'll have to see if I can find that photo. That looked like Jesse from Breaking Bad. Running out of moonlight. I didn't mean to talk about this here. Otherwise, I would have had my notes prepped for this.
You should have come prepared, Eric.
I was prepared. I just didn't think we would go off. I should know that.
Go off on a tangent.
Yeah, I should have known. I'm sorry, everybody. Not that anybody's paying attention. If anybody is, thank you.
That's our MO. We just go off on a tangent. That's the basis behind the podcast.
we should call ourselves the Tangents.
The Tangents.
Yeah. Ooh. That's not what I wanted.
Tangential? Isn't that a word? Heyo.
Well, come on. All right, it's not going to let me do it. Never mind. Sorry, today was just, I got in the car, I heard that song, and I'm like, ooh, it's going to be a country day driving today. So.
Oh, no.
We got in the car to go to like Fleet Farm and get ice cream for the girls. And when I get in the car first, I get to plug my phone in. You know, so everybody's got to listen to my music, what I prefer versus, you know, what the girls want. So that's me establishing dominance.
If mom gets in first, she gets to plug in her stuff.
Yes, and then I have to listen to like Taylor Swift and.
I mean.
And all that stuff.
I'm a closet Swiftie. I'll admit it.
I was a Swiftie.
I still like Britney. OG Britney, not the crazy knife wielding Britney though.
Like
that's a little too much.
Cut her hair, Britney, or
nah, pre Timberlake Britney. Right? Was it Timberlake? Okay. Yeah.
No, yeah, Justin Timberlake.
Yeah. Pre Timberlake Britney.
Pre Timberlake Britney. Wasn't she like 12?
I don't know. No.
Didn't they date in the Mickey Mouse Club?
Oh God, that's right. They were both Mickey Mouse Club members, weren't they? God, how messed up is that? The weird your mouse ears crew all ended up being freaking musicians,
and
singers.
Christina Aguilera.
What's her name? The Hispanic chick.
Christina Aguilera.
No, there was another one. The dark haired girl. What's her name?
Selena Gomez.
Yeah, she was a Disney chick, wasn't she? A Mickey Mouse Club.
I have no idea.
Oh no, Dan? She was on the TV, one of the Disney shows. That's where she got her start.
see.
Shit, look at all those musicians that did all those, singing shows or whatever the hell it was, like the
Hannah Montana.
Yeah, but even like Zombie, the zombie one where they're like at the school with the kids and
like iZombie or whatever.
Yeah, like they like half those kids ended up getting singing careers. Like one of them, the was it iCarly or whatever? Didn't that girl end up doing like other acting or something like that? I don't know.
iCarly, wasn't that? I just saw something with her name.
Well, they got a new show they started on Netflix, I think. It was basically like a reboot without the crazy pedophile foot fetish guy. Dan, what's his name?
Well, yeah, well, he's a sicko anyways, so.
But yeah, the one girl, she wrote that book. I'm Glad My Mother's Dead, I think it was. Because like she's basically said that like her mother ruined her life because her and her father pushed her into that whole thing, and like, she basically mirrored the sentiment that everyone else has, that's not good for kids that are that young.
No. Yeah, exactly. It's
shit. Look at any of those freaking child actors like Macaulay Culkin or what's his name?
Corey Feldman.
Corey Haim. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking I just saw Wesley Crusher. What the hell's that guy's name?
Wheaton. He had a rough childhood.
He came out on a podcast. Well, he wrote a book, but there was a podcast he was on where he actively talked about how he was basically abused by his parents. I think both like mentally, physically, and sexually. And the cast of Star Trek essentially, he was on with Jonathan Frakes, and he's like, yeah, we knew, but we basically became his family because he didn't, like, there were times where like he just didn't want to go home. And Jonathan Frakes is like, yeah, like, there were plenty of times where he'd spend, weeks on my couch because he didn't want to go home.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's like, at the time, like, was, you didn't report that kind of thing because you didn't really know what was going on. But he's like, deep down inside, everybody kind of knew what was going on. But like, they'd show up, and like Will Wheaton would say that like they'd show up for, like show wraps or stuff on the set when they finished up, filming his parents. And he's like, they were completely normal. And then, as soon as you get home, it's like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, I remember I was reading something about Star Trek and about that, and I was just like, damn, that's kind of.
Did you see Will Wheaton, Jonathan Frakes, and I think two other like sci-fi actors, and then one fan are gonna do a D&D stream, and I think Wheaton's gonna be the DM. Maybe I don't remember. I saw something about it. Like they did some charity thing where it was like some guy donated like almost $10,000 to basically play D&D with them, and they're all gonna do it like the 20th or something.
Yeah, he's got his podcast, the Ready Room.
Yeah. Yep.
Is that because Wesley Crusher never made it past Ensign? He wanted his own Ready Room.
Probably. He had a podcast for a while, Tabletop, and he was on with Felicia Day, who they would basically just play random games with people and just talk all kinds of crap.
Excuse me.
That's cool.
Ooh, I'm sorry. Pardon me.
No,
47. I forget how to like actually swallow a drink.
Damn it, Eric. We can't take you anywhere.
No. Sorry. I'm still going. I'm going through notes too. Stuff that would be fun to read. Fun stuff that's not. I heard a. Do you know why girls walk in groups of 3, 5, or 7?
No.
I know it's kind of odd, but they literally can't even.
They can't even. Oh, I couldn't have fast enough.
Womp, womp, womp.
I was hoping you were gonna, fall for that Matter Daddy thing. That would have been.
Well, Dan's like, don't say it. I'm like, oh.
Damn it, Dan. Thanks. I was trying to get somebody.
I tried to get the grandson with the snoo. What's snoo?
What's snoo?
I was like, hey, it's snowing. He's like, no, it's not. I'm like, it's snowing.
It's new one. Do you know Booby Trap spelled backwards is party boob?
Nice. Booby Trap was my nickname in high school.
I don't remember what my nickname was. I screenshot stuff. I screenshot it, and I keep links to stuff so that I can go through them and
my
talk about this kind of stuff.
Yeah, high school was not fun. They actually used to call me batteries in high school.
I don't want to know.
Because I was never included in anything. Womp womp womp.
So, do you think Animal from the Muppets is like Tommy Lee?
Oh, I don't know. Does that mean he made a sex tape with Miss Piggy?
Well, maybe.
I mean, Tommy Lee and Pam Jackson, right? Or Pamela Anderson.
Cookie Monster's like
Pam Jackson. Jesus, no. Yeah, either Cookie Monster or
Oscar the Grouch is like a meth head.
Yeah, he'd be like one of the roadies, the toothless roadies in the front.
The Count is an OCD psycho perv.
Yeah, I could see that. Like the manager.
And Beaker is a brilliant scientist that was constantly the butt of jokes and discredited, but no one could understand what he was saying.
So Beaker is basically Jesse Pinkman.
Yeah, pretty much. Yes.
Huh,
Sorry, I'm going through all my stuff. What was Gonzo?
He's like the
secret government experiment.
Oh, like what was he actually?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
He's got that like nose.
I think he was. I don't know. I mean, what were really any of them? You knew Big Bird, but like
Big Bird was on hallucinogenics like LSD or.
Oh yeah, because he used to see the fucking elephant guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And nobody else ever really knew he was there.
Exactly.
I remember for the longest time, was it Gordon, the guy that died? No, the old guy that ran the store. What was his name?
Yeah.
There was like an episode, and everyone tells me I'm crazy, but I remember this episode because I thought it was weird that after he died, there was like an episode about him dying, and Big Bird sees him, and he talks to him, and nobody else believed that he could see him.
Big Bird is a meth head.
Well, either that or he's like a weird clairvoyant, like a medium type person who can see dead people, it fucking Sixth Sense.
LSD. He's on LSD or something.
Yeah. And it was always weird to me as a child because I was like, I remember the episodes when nobody could see Mr. Snuffleupagus. And then finally it was like people could see him. But then now as an adult, it was almost like they just got sick of his shit and were agreeing with him to shut him up. Like, okay, Bird, we see him.
Yeah, we can see that. Yeah. We can see it, Big Bird.
But yeah, the episode where he saw Mr. Hooper, that was his name. When he saw Mr. Hooper after he had died, like he came to him in a dream or some stuff, and he would tell everybody, because I remember him explicitly telling Gordon and Maria. Gordon was the black guy, Maria was like the Hispanic chick, and they'd sit outside that house and he'd talk to him. And they were like, no, you didn't see him, he moved on or whatever the hell it was, they told him. And he like adamant, like he was like, no, like I saw him, I talked to him. And I was like, that's kind of weird.
Excuse me.
Oh God.
Gonzo. Shopping malls are just like airports without the airplanes.
What? Why?
There's all sorts of stores in airports. There's all sorts of stores in shopping malls. There's just no airplanes.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess so. Okay.
kind of like the submarine guy. But sorry, I'm going through all my notes here. But I guess that's showbiz. So
It's showbiz, baby.
Zac Brown Band.
Zac Brown Band.
Zac Brown Band. But that's I don't have a lot of stuff left for the wife. Oh, the wife Patty Melt got me for my birthday. She sent me to a float room. You remember how I floated?
Oh yeah, we were talking about that last year too.
Last year, yeah.
Yeah.
Around this time actually, because we went for our anniversary last year.
Nice.
She sent me to the new one down the street by myself for my birthday, which was kind of nice. Well, it was very nice. It was a very nice, wonderful, thoughtful gift. I didn't have as visual of an experience like I did last year. Last year when I did the float tank, in case anybody remembers, pays attention, whatever. When I first kind of settled into the tank, clouds started to appear.
We lost Dan.
A prize, just like, F this guy.
Yeah, talk about your floating.
Clouds started to appear, and then like an alien gray head popped up, and then like some purples and stuff came through.
That's kind of weird. You were on edibles. Admit it, you were on edibles.
It was no, not at all. I wonder what it would be like in there. Well, I'd probably die in there, but
they wouldn't allow that, do they?
Probably not. And then I was floating down a river in feudal Japan. Like I could remember the smells, the sounds, the light, everything. I can remember the cherry blossoms. It was nighttime. Like I was outside of like a shogun's property.
Wow.
Just floating down the river like after a battle. And then there were a few other things. This time it wasn't as visual. I really only had two. Like I heard Indian drums.
Okay, that's weird.
Like it was pitch black and I heard Indian drums. And then a lot of water in my visions there, so to speak.
Yeah.
It was more like a still photo in my mind. I don't like the other one. I was floating, like I felt myself floating. This was more like a still photo. I was in like a wooded river, floating. Hey, you're back.
Yeah, sorry, I had a phone call.
No, that's all right. Yeah, I got to make a phone call in a few minutes, anyways. So, yeah, it was wild. It wasn't as visual, but it was more audible, and it was still very relaxing, very nice, and I enjoyed it, and I would go back again. I plan to actually. I think it's better than this stupid sauna that I've been sitting my happy ass in.
What does that cost?
This one was $75 for an hour.
That's not bad. I gotta find one of those places near me.
What's
the benefit of it? Like, what's it supposed to do for you?
$75 for an hour?
Yes.
I mean, can't you buy some Epsom salt and put it in your tub?
Yeah, but then you got to get the water the right temperature. You have to be in pitch. Well, they have lights in there, but pitch black.
Yeah, it's like sensory deprivation.
You can do that.
Yeah, sensory deprivation tank. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess, but is it supposed to be like medicinal to help with like bones or aches or anything, or is it just to relax?
Yes. Let me pull up.
That's very specific.
Let me pull up they do a coffee shop, which is kind of neat. They also have coffee there, so
you get to sit there and talk to other people while you float naked in the tank.
Yes. Yeah, they get in there with you and you chat and.
What? Wait, what?
True.
I'm kidding. No. I'm kidding. It's not true.
Like,
you pay extra for that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the massage place down that does the happy ending.
Float after dark.
Yeah, what the fuck?
You get physically and mental relaxation, joint pain, stress relief, detoxification, improvement, and because you're an Epsom salt, you get magnesium replenishment.
Nice.
I would say from what I'm gathering, like the women that were there at Sweet Zen, Patty Melt, and then a couple other women that I know that have done it. It seems like women have a harder time letting go.
Let it go.
Yeah, exactly.
Let it go.
They can't just kind of step back, lay in the water, and just just and just kind of lay there and just kind of shut off and just kind of honestly enjoy the ride, because it's even if it's not beneficial aside from just the magnesium portion of it, you're in quiet, it's warm, and you're kind of just after a few minutes, for me anyway, you just kind of get into like a trance.
There's no kids screaming.
You're not really awake, but you're not really asleep. You're just kind of in that Zen state.
Yeah.
I'd say give it a shot, man. You know what? I'll come down one day and we'll all go separate tanks.
Gonna hold hands.
yeah, exactly.
That does sound like it'd be kind of cool, I think. Like a relaxing.
I want to see something, because the water at this place was 95 degrees, and that was a little chilly.
I thought they want it to be your like body temp, don't they?
From what I recall, what was the name of float tank and lake? I thought it was supposed to be like 60, like 98.
Yeah, like to make your body temp, to make you feel like you're completely
like
floating.
Float
yeah.
60. Float 60. There we go.
Float 60.
I thought it was.
And please tell me they drain it between patrons.
Yes, that they do.
Oh,
that's one reason why it's
that
so
would be
expensive.
so gross.
The one reason is because of the filtration.
Like if I paid extra, could I sit in somebody else's bathwater?
Well, why do they have to drain it? I mean, if it's got salt in it, nothing
right.
organic.
It should kill it, right? I mean,
it's only salt. Salt doesn't do that.
Yeah, salt kills a lot of crap, I think.
Yeah.
But they filter it. Well, people got a lot of dirty shit on them. You ever see
I don't know about you.
filtration?
I don't know about you, but I pee in the shower, so
that's different. If you fall asleep, yes, it's okay. You get filtration. It's not telling me what the temperature was at float 60, but I want to say it was a little warmer. But the water warmed up, not instantly, but it took, I don't know, a few seconds for it to warm up. But it was fun. It was definitely an experience. We're trying to do more experiences versus, other nonsense. So, for anniversary presents and stuff like that. So, I think the next anniversary present her and I should get are QR codes of Rick Ashley, Never Gonna Give You Up.
There you go.
Tattooed somewhere.
It's funny you mentioned that. I was playing with my Flipper Zero, and it's got this feature because you can plug it in like a USB drive, where it's called bad USB. And basically, when you plug it into a computer, it'll run a script with elevated rights to do things. And the whole purpose is they have these things called, it's a rubber ducky USB. And basically, the whole point of it is it looks like a regular USB stick, except it's got malicious code on it or whatever, right? So I made this thing. I plug it in, and it goes to the Never Gonna Give You Up video on YouTube, full screens it and plays it. And then it locks out. Then it locks out keyboard and mouse control.
That's awesome.
I was just putzing around. I'm like, oh, let's see what I can get this thing to do. Oh shit!
You need to make a copy of that and send it to me.
It's you saw the screenshot I put in a while ago with like the the name of the SSIDs, the wireless, it does this thing where it creates fake IDs and it rickrolls you. So it takes like each line of the song and makes a wireless access point with the name of that. So if you're looking at the list of access points, it's like never going to give you up, never going to let you down, never going to turn around.
You gotta send that. You gotta give me a copy of that, like a USB.
Oh, it's awesome. It's hilarious.
People.
Yeah.
Does anything nefarious happen if you connect to one of those, or no?
No. So they
points?
just don't do anything, but it does have a Wi-Fi portal that you could basically set up that mimics like the landing page of like Google or Comcast or Starlink. And it's the thought process is people can use it to basically steal credentials. Because if I say I go to Starbucks and I put up a Wi-Fi access point, and I call it free Wi-Fi, Comcast, and you access it and connect to it, it says, hey, you got to sign in. It'll display like a Comcast login page. So if you have a Comcast account, people are going to go, oh, I just signed in with it. I get free Wi-Fi. Well, you sign in and it just keeps taking you back to the sign-in screen. But on the back end, it'll record it into a log file that I can go look at later that says, oh, this is the username password the person gave you. And that's, so the I'm showing it on the screen. I mean, you guys probably can't see it. Eric can.
I can't see it. I'm lucky I can see you today.
This is the flipper, and then there's a Wi-Fi card, this thing, that plugs into it with these little tiny pins on it here, and the top, you can barely see them. They plug into the top of this thing, and it'll basically act like a Wi-Fi device. And it'll capture packets and all kinds of weird shit. It's a I mean, there's some nefarious crap that you can do with it, but like I mimicked my wife's key fob for her car. So if it'll actually show you the codes as it reads it. So if there's rolling codes, you can basically depress the button, it'll record it, depress it again, and if the code changes, it'll keep track of all of them. So like if it cycles, if there's like a pattern, it'll actually play it back that same way. I got it to mimic my card to get in the door at work. It's got an RFID reader. So I could basically scan my badge or anybody's badge and then play it back when I hold it up next to the thing. It's got on the back. It's got a sensor.
Grab Thor's hammer.
It's fucking nuts, man. What this little thing can do. I was like, holy crap! It was like 60. It was like $90 for the flipper, and then I think it was like $30 for the Wi-Fi card. And there's a guy that made a. He figured out that. So like the old system that like police cars and fire trucks used to have to switch the lights from red to green. It was like a blinking light, a strobe light. Yeah. So the newer systems now apparently run on ultraviolet LEDs. So you can't actually see them, but they'll trigger at a certain frequency, like a light frequency, and sometimes those frequencies change. So there may be like multiple UV light receptors, and it's a certain pattern. Oh, there he goes.
He's out again.
There's a guy on YouTube that shows, like, I didn't know you could fucking do this, but he basically makes this thing out of parts he bought off of Amazon with LEDs, like UV LEDs, so he can trigger the traffic light things to switch from red to green. Highly illegal, of course, but it's like the shit people come up with to do, like, there's a thing in schools now. Kids take these things to school. It's got a Bluetooth antenna. It'll blast out Bluetooth crap. So I can go, and if everybody's got like an iPhone, I could do airdrops and just constantly repeat it to the point where your phone will basically lock up because you keep getting requests to accept airdrops, and you can't do anything else on the phone. So now kids are going into school and they're fucking with like, Chromebooks, they're fucking with like iPads and disrupting classes. And like some schools now are like basically banning these things because kids are doing that shit. And I mean, it makes sense. This software is in beta. If you destroy your computer, create a robot, that's on you, man.
I only prefer alpha. programs, not beta programs.
Yes, that's right.
Sorry. I know that was wrong.
Yeah, I should record some of the crap I could do with this thing. It's pretty fucking cool. And I've only like scratched the surface. Like there's guys that make their own boards and shit and do all kinds of crap. And I'm like, I'm not at that level of electrical engineering.
No. Well, I'm sure as shit not. But yeah. Cool. We're historical documents.
So did you hear about that guy that went to the ER ICU? They found he had 12 horses, plastic horses, like toy horses, inserted into his rectum. Yeah, they notated his condition as stable.
That's almost that's like Matter Daddy.
Yeah. Sorry, dad jokes galore.
I just had this sent to me. Do you remember the movie Galaxy Quest?
Oh God, yeah, with Tim Allen and
Alan Rickman.
What the hell was?
Weaver.
Yeah, Sigourney Weaver. That was an awesome movie.
What's his name was Jason Hammer from Iron Man. The Protector. The designation of the ship in the movie was called the NTE 3120. Okay. Do you know what NTE stands for?
Non-terrestrial entity, right?
Not the Enterprise.
Oh God.
They were worried about being sued by Paramount.
Oh, if they did like NCC or something, or.
But what about Galaxy Quest? I mean, there's a lot. I mean, or not yet. The one with Seth MacFarlane, not Galaxy Quest. The Orville. Have you watched the Orville at all?
I thought he got blessing to do that, because he basically called like don't they make actual like Star Trek references in that?
Oh, I think so. Yeah. I know there's a handful of actual Star Trek people in.
Yeah, like he has actors on the show that are like for Star Trek Deanna actors.
Troi, yeah. Deanna Troi is in it. Yeah.
Which I thought they said he got what's his name? The guy Roddenberry, the estate. I thought he got like their blessing to basically, because it's satire. It's basically, and maybe that's the other way he gets around it, because it like there are fair use laws for like if it's satire or comedic. Yeah. And you're not actually ripping it off, and like if you come out and say, and that's the funny thing is that's how Twitter is getting around all these parody accounts and shit popping up, because they basically said like, hey, you can do it in the name of satire and name of comedy, but you have to put parody in the name or your actual description of your account. So like that guy that said he was Elon Musk that got banned, like 6 other people were like, fine, I'm the Elon Musk parody account, and they don't get banned.
Yeah.
And that's their thought process, I guess. When you look at it, it's parody. It's not him.
Oh, Roddenberry. Speaking of Roddenberry, I think I talked about this before. His kid, Eugene Roddenberry, was posted on, there's a Jeep Wrangler like custom shop in Michigan called America's Most Wanted 4x4. They do like a 5.7 Hemi swap, the 6.4 SRT swap, the Dodge Demon swap. They put them in Wranglers and Gladiators. Gene Roddenberry's kid has a Earl Grey Wrangler.
Earl
Grey, which anybody that is not a Star Trek nerd, Earl Grey is Captain Picard's drink. That's what he likes. He drinks Earl Grey throughout the show. So I geeked out super hard. I geeked out hard. Like I went hard in the paint. But I'm like, it's Gene Roddenberry's kid, man. That's the creator of Star Trek, and I'm a massive Star Trek nerd. So Patty Melt tells me all the time that's something I should have put in my my Tinder profile. So
that you're a nerd.
That I was a Star Trek nerd.
Nice.
But But I think I pretty much have run out of ideas to talk about. So
yeah, I'm kind of tapped out myself too. Hour and a half today. It's a little bit longer than before, at least.
I don't have a lot of. I don't have any. My wife is so white. I don't have any.
Oh man, how could you not?
So I think I will say, excuse me, thank you to everybody for listening, and we appreciate it. And
definitely,
don't forget to put something in your back seat so you don't forget about your kids.
That's right. That's right.
So thank you, everybody.
Yep.
And have a wonderful week. We will catch you
next week, likely. Yep. Catch you on the flip side.
Yes. Have a good one.
Later, all. Bye.
Bye.